Today is a very exciting day indeed, for today is the day we apply the ACOUSTIFIED treatment, the campfire rendition, if you will, to Ozzy's Mama, I'm Coming Home. But before we get into this very exciting project, I'd like to take a quick moment to thank a few very exciting people for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the Cause Club. Mr. or Mrs. My Burnt Coffee, Jason Puckett, Jack Griffiths, Andy Serrano, quite a spicy last name, and Kim Benbow. Thank you so very much for your support. And if you would like to find out what that's all about, the link is in the description. Mama, I'm Coming Home is in the key of E-flat major, which is not very friendly for acoustification in the moment anyways. It would involve tuning your guitar down 1/2 step. However, if you put a capo on the 1st fret and play a D chord, now we're really playing an E-flat chord. Now, we're not going to look at each other and call this E-flat. We're still going to call it D in our pretend capo land. Just, understand that you can now play along with the record with what I'm about to show you. I'd like to submit for your consideration a very chill intro for this acoustified version of Mama, I'm Coming Home. I'm going to put my middle finger on the B string 16th fret. Use whatever finger you'd like. That's just how it's easiest for me to reach up there. Even if you don't have a cutaway, you can still do it. I'm going to pluck the B string and the open D string through this whole thing, and the B string is going to go 16, 15, 13, 11, 9, 8, 6, 4. Of course, I'm naming actual frets, not relative to the capo frets. It's easier when you're up here. It gets a little more confusing down there, but here it is. And by then, everyone should know what song you're about to play. When it comes time for singing, I'm inclined to flesh that run out into entire chords. So these are going to be some fairly easy to do chords with some rather complicated sounding names. So if the names don't mean anything to you, don't worry about it. Just put your fingers in the right place and it's going to sound great. The first one's D, but I'm not going to worry myself with the baby E string. So just G2 and B3. If we hear the E string open, totally fine. But the reason I'm playing D this way is because next I'm going to reach my ring finger to the A string 4th fret relative to the capo for D major 7 with a C sharp in the bass. Next comes G with a B in the bass, A2, B3, strum from A to B, and then A suspended 4, which is A, plus the B string 3rd fret. Then comes normal G, D with an F sharp in the bass, that's E2, G2, B3, E minor 7, same shape as G with a B in the bass, A2, B3, but this time I want you to strum everything, and then landing on D. And here it is, D, major 7 with a C sharp in the bass, G with a B in the bass, A sus4, G, D with an F sharp, E minor 7, D. Starting again D. That's the verse. And then you play a G. Mama, I'm coming D. With a sus4, if you like. And that's the verse. The run plus the GG DD situation. At the You Took Me In line, it's B minor, G, 2 Ds. Second half, B minor, G, 2 A's. And if you want, instead of that second A, or while that second A is happening in the imaginary band in our heads, you can do this fancy move. Grab D string 2nd fret, relative to the capo, slide it up to 4, and reach for B3. Then the D string goes up 1 more fret, and the B string is in the same fret, and that's why I use my middle finger for the D string, so I can reach for the B string with my index finger and then the B string with my ring finger without having to flip-flop my hand around a bunch of times. So D minor, G, A, if you'd like to include that. When we reach the I've seen your face 100 times line, there's that walk up. into the G chord. You can do it as single notes. O2, G on the low E string, or you can do it as chords, E minor, D with an F sharp in the bass, G. So whichever way you want to do it, but if you want to do D with an F sharp in the bass and you have trouble landing that so fast, you can do most of the chord. Just start with your E minor, use these fingers, index finger moves up to the E string, middle finger moves down to the G string, and that is every bit of D with an F sharp in the bass. So G, C in your face, 100 D, no walk up, G, D, there is a walk up into the sunshine line, G, A, D, G, cause G Mama, A, and into the big long home section. You're going to recognize these chords. It's B flat. I'm going to give you another option, but B flat, A1 plus on the D, G, B strings in the 3rd fret, C, D. Second half is B flat, C, A. If you are allergic to B flat, play G minor with a B flat in the bass. It works in its own special way, in my opinion. Here it's B3, E3, and A1. We do not want to hear the low E string. For that part. And those are all of the parts insofar as the acoustified rendition is concerned. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that was fun and helpful. If you would like to receive my special chord sheets for your special book of songs you're working on and playthroughs, and also the Mega Whoa Baby bonus lesson where we discuss whatever musical topic each song might present for us for every song, well, that's on my Patreon page, so I'll hope to see you there. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.